Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 96. My name is Jason Erpeling. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is December 7th, 2022. So your 11-month window is going to be November 7th, 2022. And your 7-month window is July 7th, 2023. So if you're trying to get those July 4th reservations, now is the time. It doesn't matter where someone owns their points. If it's available, you can get it booked. And we're going to jump right into the buy and sell side of things, because what's going to happen right now, here shortly, maybe more towards January 1st, is people get exposed to DVC, or their family is discussing going on a vacation, maybe renting from DVC-Rental, and they say, hey, we can put this money towards this rental, but we're thinking about going next year too. Should we just use this money towards a purchase? So some people are trying to buy a property, get it closed, use the points, make a reservation. So a couple things. Unfortunately, if you're new to DVC, it does take about 8 weeks to close. And then Disney has to load your points in the account, set up your account. So unfortunately, you cannot purchase a property today and make a reservation 10 days from now. If Disney was involved in the transaction, yes, it could close a lot faster, but unfortunately they are involved. Plan on 6 to 8 weeks to close and another 2 to 4 weeks for Disney to set up your account and load your points. And then someone says, well, can a seller make a reservation for me? Well, the answer is the seller can make a reservation for you if both parties agree that then the closing is not going to take place until after you check out. So if you're contacting us, say January 21st, you're trying to buy a property and you want to book this reservation where the check-in is March 10th and the checkout is March 17th, if you and the seller come to terms that are agreeable to both of you on how you're going to handle the reservation, they can make a reservation for you, and then it would close after you check out. But if you say, hey, it's February 10th, I want this reservation in October, it's going to be difficult to find a seller that's going to wait until October to close on the property. So that's the answer to the question. That's at the beginning of the year, that's where we get the most, because so many people are scrambling to buy and use their points for that trip in 2023. And the other thing to keep in mind is, especially if you're trying to use the points right away, the first year, you're probably not going to be able to take advantage of your 7 to 11 month window. So if you're, let's say you want to buy at the beach club, it's a hard resort to get into. The first year you may not be able to stay at the beach club if you're making your reservations 5 months in advance, because you have to take into account how long it takes to close. And then every year after that, you're going to have that 7 to 11 month window for the beach club. So I just wanted to mention that because it's the beginning of the year. That's when we get that question the most. And now we're on to the food review.
Ty, roll it.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So we have a monumental occasion today. I am finally on my last food from the Disneyland trip.
Oh, wow.
Back in July. So it was very hot out, and there's not a lot of shade at Disneyland. And our group wanted to stop and get a drink, and one of the people in our group offered to buy me a drink, which was very nice. So we went to the Edelweiss Snacks in the Disneyland Park. They had something called the Frozen Slush, $5.49. You could choose from Fanta Wild Cherry, Fanta Blueberry, or Minute Maid Apple Juice.
Blue Raspberry.
Blue Raspberry, yes, thank you. Blue Raspberry or Minute Maid Apple Juice. And like a 6-year-old child, I stuck with the Minute Maid Apple Juice, but I was really, really happy that I did. It was definitely better than expected. I was worried that I figured it's like apple juice and just crushed ice, and it's going to get, watered down. I don't know if it's they use like a heavier concentration, but like it never got watered down. Super refreshing, really hit the spot and helped cool you off. So it wasn't amazing, but I give it a decent 7.3, $5.49. Definitely a not too expensive option if you're feeling hot in the parks. Really, really refreshing. It's not like it's gonna give you too much sugar. I mean, again, it's mostly apple juice in the slushy form, but definitely a really nice choice to have. And I was very happy that I got it.
Did anyone in your group get the blue raspberry? Because that's what I was eyeing there.
I don't believe so. I believe somebody got the wild cherry. I don't think anybody
Okay.
got the blue raspberry.
Nice.
Yep.
That sounds nice and refreshing.
When I was thinking about this, I was like a 6-year-old, I got apple juice. I was like, oh, my appy juice. But you know what? It was really good. I was very happy I got it. Not as sweet as the other ones. Very, very refreshing. Very happy with the apple juice choice.
And now we're on to the DVC-Rental side of things.
So for the past couple of weeks, I've spoken about Christmas stuff. So I just wanted to touch, I'm getting away from Christmas. I wanted to touch on some of the different types of like transportation at Disney. So, and maybe like which are associated with this. Like right now at Disney, you've got options for boats, monorail, Skyliner, and buses. If I'll bring you into, I think my overall favorite thing is still the boats. I love going on boat rides. So Beach Club Boardwalk, great option on the boats. Even like Saratoga Springs and Old Key West, while the boats don't bring you to any park, the boats will bring you over to Disney Springs. So if you like taking the boats, those are 4 different resorts there that have nice boat options. Monorail's I've got that second on my list. If I'm ranking them, I mean, buses are probably my least favorite, but my monorail is towards the bottom as well. I know a lot of people love the monorail. I like the spiel that the monorail has, and the ringtone on my phone is even the "Please stand clear of the doors." I like the monorail, but it's just always too crowded. I find that the boats are more open and relaxing, and the Skyliner is enclosed normally with just you and your family, or maybe if they're really trying to push people in, you'll have one other family in there. But the monorails, a lot of times you are standing like, it just reminded me, I used to work in New York. It reminds me of standing in a subway. And it's just not my favorite mode of transportation at all. And again, if you want monorail access, you're going to have great, great access to Magic Kingdom and over to Epcot as well. It's a little bit of a further drive to Epcot, and sometimes it's easier to take a bus one way. I think it's coming home. But your Bay Lake Tower, Grand Floridian, and Polynesian are all going to be on the monorail. Super great access to Magic Kingdom. Not my personal top choice, but I know a lot of people love the monorails just because they can get too crowded. Skyliner is going to be your Riviera. That's really the only DVC resort that's on the Skyliner. I know you've done the Skyliner.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a nice, relaxing ride. Sometimes I don't like hanging down from stuff. Like if it's a roller coaster and I've got something under me, I'm fine. But a lot of times if I'm hanging from something, I know there's nothing under me. It just kind of like, I won't say freaks me out a little bit. Just don't like it as much. But I really do enjoy taking the Skyliner. And I deal with it. It's just not one of my favorite things. But the Skyliner ride is always really nice and peaceful as well, until the Skyliner stops. It's summertime, and it could get a little warm in there, but not bad at all. And the last form of transportation is the buses, which every resort has buses that go to all the different parks, especially if you're not right on one. Like a lot of them, like if you're staying at Grand Floridian, they're not running buses to Magic Kingdom, but they'll run buses to every other resort. So the buses are always good, typically every 20 minutes or so, but it's a bus ride. It's nothing really exciting. Whereas I'm excited to go on a boat. I'm excited to go on the monorail. I'm excited to go on the Skyliner. The bus, it's just a bus ride. So
yeah, I mean, I would definitely think that everyone's going to rank the buses last.
Yes, I would think so. But like I've got the boats on top. I have a feeling a lot of people got the monorail on top or the Skyliner. Maybe some people don't like. What would your rank be?
Well, I mean, I guess
got buses at the end too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have buses at the end. That's like I'd rather walk, I guess, than take the bus. So
where do you list
I mean,
boats, monorail, Skyliner?
Like I know we're Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like when I think of monorail, it's like if you want to go around to the resorts at Thanksgiving, Christmas time on the
nice
monorail,
access.
that's a
Nice
great.
and convenient. You hop on one, check out the Christmas decor, hop back on the monorail, zoom to the next, and just keep doing that. That is a very nice option to have.
So when I think of the monorail, I think of that. I do not think of the subway in New York, because.
Have you been on a subway?
Oh yeah, I've been on a subway in New York. Many times. Are you going uptown or downtown? you know?
Because I've just been on so many trains and subways with working in Manhattan that it's just like hopping on the monorail, which, don't get me wrong, is much better than the New York subways. I don't want to say that in any way, but a lot of times at the end of the day, you're packing in like to leave Magic Kingdom, and it's almost like the subway. I mean, you're hanging on, and there's people literally touching you in all around you because there's just no more room. Everybody's trying to get out of there. So the monorail, not the most relaxing choice for me personally.
Because I'm typically when I'm on the subway, not to take it away from the Disney conversation, it's like going to a Mets game or leaving a Mets game. So it's always packed.
Okay.
So it's always packed.
It's also, for you also, you're probably sitting there when you've done it, it's packed, and you're also going, but you know it's something exciting.
Right.
You're sitting there going, I know, when you think of Subway, you're like, I'm thinking of a fun game. I just think of the Subway, I'm like, coming home from work, or oh gosh, I'm going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. This stinks.
Because the Subway, again, it's like, I just remember one time on a Subway, like it was an afternoon game, and we come to a stop, and then these guys, the Subway's packed, and then these guys are like, why is the Subway packed at this? And then somebody's like, it's a Mets game. And the guy was like, trust me, you do not want us to get on. We just got done playing 10 games of basketball. You don't smell the best. So I don't, that doesn't happen on the monorail, like typically.
There's people walk around the parks all day. It's a little sweaty.
Okay. It's true. So then, Skyliner, like you say, Riviera. Now, let me ask you this. Have you heard any rumors about a Skyliner expansion?
I've heard a lot of people talk about that. I don't think any of it's actually.
Is it all fake news?
I think a lot. I'm trying to think what I heard recently. I don't even recall. I remember somebody thinking that they were going to open it up somewhere else. I don't remember exactly. Was it over to like Old Key West or Saratoga Springs?
Saratoga Springs is what I heard. That's why they were buying all the properties back, because they're going to expand the.
I think I heard that float around, and somebody thought that somehow they were going to put Saratoga Springs on the Skyliner. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, don't get me wrong, that'd be great for Saratoga Springs to have another, transportation option and something fun like a Skyliner. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's the case though.
Right. Because typically, like, there has to be. Yeah, that rumor didn't have enough traction for me to sound like it was going to happen. But so I like the Skyliner, but like you say, it's really. Like Riviera, it's only DVC Resort. And then the boats, because typically, we're a lot of times we stay, like 1 or 2 nights at Saratoga. I like the boats, I would, I'd definitely either say monorail or boats, 1A, whatever, buses, last place. I'd put walking ahead of buses, and then, I put the Skyliner ahead of buses. So
and there's nothing wrong with the Disney buses. It's just that it's like a car. It's bigger. It's not as fun. I just boats, monorail, Skyliner. That's not your normal day-to-day options. That's why they're more fun. Where a bus, you're like, okay, it's getting to you to the park you need to go to, but it's not fun or exciting in my mind, And don't get me wrong, my youngest son will sit there. If I listed these, he'd probably have buses towards the top. Like, he's never been on any other bus besides a Disney bus. So I guess when he pictures buses, he's excited. He's like, yeah, Disney bus. And that's like what he wants to do. Like, I forget, we went somewhere, and he was so excited that we were going to go to the parks and take the bus. All right, whatever makes you happy, buddy. So I guess the kids love the buses too.
Because when you're taking the boat at Saratoga, so then you see the hot air balloon, and then you also see, I don't know if you probably know, what's the, like the car that you see in the water?
Yes, the amphibicars.
Okay.
They go out of boathouse.
So you see those in the water. The boat ride over there is,
it's fun.
It's nice,
you're in
enjoyable.
A boat, you're driving by car still in the water.
So that's what I would say. I like your rankings there.
Okay. That's because they're solid rankings.
Yeah, solid rankings. And you brought the subway in there too, so...
That's what Disney wanted. They wanted their monorail compared to the 7 train in New York.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And be sure to come back next week.
Definitely check out our social media also. Don't forget we're on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Technically, we're on Pinterest. Twitter. We're on there's regular podcasts as well. You don't have to watch. If you're sick of seeing our faces, they can download the podcast. We're on Podbeam as well. Search for DVCS Rental. So we're DVCS Rental. You search for DVC Weekly. You probably search for DVC Rental, might work too. But DVC Weekly. So essentially, we're all over. find us, listen to us, enjoy us. Hope you have a wonderful day.